Hello everyone, Ron here from RJJ's Reactions, and I am here. You might be able to tell she's upside down though. Aurora, Starvation. It looks like that might be a reflection actually. I'm not sure. Uh, I haven't heard this song, but I have done some reactions to Aurora before. Check in the description. I will put a link to my playlist if you want to see all the reactions I've done to Aurora so far. I'm sure I'll be adding more. I'll also put a link in the description to Aurora's channel so that you can go there and subscribe and like and comment and check out everything she has on her channel and support the artist. Definitely encourage you to do that. Also, this has been on my list for a long time. It's a viewer request. Thank you very much. Most of the videos you see are viewer requests, not all, but most of them. But the list is very long, so it takes me a long time now to get to your new requests. However, in the description, there's an easy way to bump up your request, get it much quicker. Use one of the donation methods. You can just donate if you like. Thank you to those who have, or use one of those methods. Let me know what you want me to react to. And if you have a shout out name you prefer, let me know that too. And you will get your uh, request much, much quicker than on the regular list for sure. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you have already, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you to everyone who has shared videos as well, liked videos, commented, sent information. I really do appreciate all the support. The channel is growing nicely and we have amazing viewers. So you really do want to join in to this community. I'm trying to not choke. I'm always choking. I don't know why. Nobody knows why. Doctors say I'm in perfect health, but there you go. What do they know? All right, I haven't heard this one, Starvation. Sounds a bit depressing, but let's see what it's all about.
I miss the touch of human hands on my skin. Miss the rush of beauty coming from within. Do I need to be torn just to see who will care? I sleep on the floor, dreaming my life away. Why do we have to die for us to see the light? And we hunger for love. Why do we touch the night when we long to feel alive?
I'm going to back up a fair bit. Yeah, very excellent vocals, of course. At the beginning, it almost sounded, musically almost sounded like it had an Eastern quality to it. I'm not sure yet because I've just seen a little bit of it here, but kind of getting the idea of, we need to have pain to feel the good. Uh, we need to suffer to feel loved. We need, why do we need to die? Well, that's what gives your life meaning, actually. So,
Dreaming my life away. Why do we have to die for us to see the light? And we hunger for love. Why do we touch the night when we long to feel alive? And we hunger for love. And my soul is starving. Come on over, take a bite of the last apple.
Love the percussive nature of this song too. Really good. Mhm.
Why do we have to die for us to see the light? Decorated walls must satisfy.
Mm. Awesome. If I go any further, we're into ad territory. Maybe I'll try, but I'm probably going to have to edit here. Sure enough, I sometimes people get upset. You didn't go right to the end, but then when you go right to the end, then in this case, a Coca-Cola ad popped up, I think it was. So then I have to get out and then come back in and edit them together. But it's not such a big deal, but I try to avoid it when I can. But I thought there might be something. It kind of cut off a little bit at the end there. Uh, yeah, we hunger for love. We're looking for love. I think a lot of the impression that I got was that we have to feel pain to feel pleasure. We have to have death to see the light. That could be referring, and there was some potentially religious references here as well with the apples and also death and light. Sometimes people say that they saw the light when they were almost dead. They were on the operating table or whatever. Well, that's not shocking since there's a bright light right above you, and since everyone tells the story, then our brains tend to create the stories that we hear. Just like the images of aliens have changed over the years when from the stories to the radio shows to the movies, and now all of a sudden their shapes and faces and things change because we're thinking about it. So that's what we see if we think we see an alien or a spaceship or whatever. Um, yeah, it's all happening here. But I think in a broader sense that for me, the idea that I will die, uh, maybe not too long now, uh, that gives meaning to life. Because a lot of people say, how can an atheist have any meaning to life when there's no heaven or hell or any of these other imaginary things that people have that comfort them somewhat? Sometimes it terrorizes them as well, but it comforts them sometimes. Well, that's how, because this is my life and I cherish it because it is limited and it does make now why that is I don't know may could there be a case where we are immortal and still strive as hard as we do and struggle as much as we do and try to achieve as much as we do. I don't know, we might get lazy, we might get apathetic or whatever, just because I have forever to do it. So why rush now? Why do it now? I don't know. I'm not sure. It's a great question. I've had students write on this topic. Would you like to be immortal? Would you like to live forever? Surprisingly, even many of my younger ones say no, and they don't know my views. I don't give them my views on this. Um, and we talk about it afterwards, but I want them to decide. So anyway, interesting topic. But yeah, sometimes, if you've ever felt really, really sick and then you start to recover from a really bad flu or something else, and you start to recover from it, you feel absolutely amazing. And it's because of that contrast between, we've been suffering, we've been in pain. Now we're feeling so much better. That tends to wear off after a day or two, but at first you think you can conquer the world. So there's this balance between suffering and feeling good or success or finding love. You go through a lot of pain. I may be well off track of what she was talking. Of course, starvation is because if your soul is not getting what it needs, and I say that colloquially because I don't believe in soul, but again, it's happening here. But if you're not getting what you need, colloquially, your heart is hurting. You need that love. It's incredibly painful, and you feel like you're starving. Not physically, you have enough food maybe, but you're starving for love, you need it, and there's that real struggle Uh, Musically, I loved it. I loved the percussion throughout, and of course, Aurora's vocals were fantastic. Let me know what you think of the song. Let me know what you think of Aurora in general. Of course, if you liked it, give a thumbs up. Check in the description for a link to her channel so that you can go there and subscribe and like and comment and support the artist. Definitely want to do that. Also, a link to my playlist for Aurora if you want to see the other reactions I've done so far. I'm sure I'll be adding to it. I'm still adding to my regular list too, so if you want me to react to something else of Aurora's or anyone else, let me know. I'll add it, but it's very long, so it will be a long wait. This one's been on my list a long time. I'm losing my voice. In the description, there's a way to bump up your request and get it much, much quicker if you like. You can check that out. And don't forget to subscribe here. Other than that, just keep listening, keep having fun. I hope you find the love that you need. Oh, by the way, nothing wrong with being alone either. Learn to love yourself. Learn to at least like yourself, and all the amazing things that nature has to offer. We don't need to imagine a fantasy world, but that can be fun. I do that when I write my stories, but they're just stories. But imagination can be a lot of fun. It's and a sense of humor. It's what's probably kept me alive this many decades so far. All right, it is Ron from RJJ's Reactions. Bye bye for now.